Hello.
Hello.
We are complete amateurs at this.
We
I got
are
a deep V on.
15 days in
Oh man.
to RVing.
2 weeks, people.
Over 2 weeks.
Well, yes.
15 days is more than 2 weeks.
Yeah.
Can you believe we left 2 weeks ago yesterday?
Feels like. Yeesh.
It feels like 3 months ago.
It does.
So much has happened.
Time flies when you're having fun.
That's right. Where we left off on our last video, we were leaving Yosemite,
Yeah.
right?
Yep. We were in Yosemite.
Mm-hmm.
We just went through the park.
Mm-hmm.
Saw some amazing clips
Stuff.
of. We didn't really talk much about Yosemite.
So the day after Yosemite,
Yeah.
we drove down to just outside of LA, Santa Clarita,
Yeah.
and we stayed at another Harvest House.
It was a golf course.
Harvest House number 2.
Number 2. It was fantastic.
Yeah.
It was nice.
We're gonna make it a habit to stay at golf courses.
Yeah. It was good.
We enjoyed it.
We didn't play golf there, but we did hit a bucket of balls.
Mm-hmm.
And it was windy, so and the wind was behind us.
Super windy.
So we were hitting some pretty good hits. I mean, drives were just.
It was a really nice. It was a country club. Sand Canyon Country Club is the name of it. Really long driveway to get in. We were a little worried.
Yeah.
And there was gates, but they didn't close them at night, so that was good because we were a little worried. We went out to dinner with some friends. So we were a little worried that they might close the gates on us so we couldn't get back to our rig, but that didn't happen, so we're good there. But it was nice, other than the parking lot was a little sloped.
Yeah, a
but
little
we
bit. So
managed that okay.
he did say when we called, so it's Sand Canyon Golf Course.
Country Club.
Country Club. So if you look on Harvest Host, you'll find it. He did tell us to park in the back parking lot, or he may have said the back of the parking lot. I'm not entirely sure.
Yeah.
But if you go to the back of the parking lot, there's a big area where it's nice and much leveler, and there's no cars. It looks like an area where like caterers and
It seems like we should have been in that area, but we were not.
Yeah, that's where we probably should have been.
And other people who did reviews on Harvest Host were not in that area either, so we were a little confused as to which was the exact right area, but where we were was fine. Nobody said anything.
Still worked out great.
So we stayed attached.
Yeah. There were some coyotes, and they were very close.
We did hear some coyotes. Yes, it was a little nerve-wracking. But we left bright and early the next morning to head to
Joshua Tree.
Joshua Tree.
Man, I wish we could have stayed another couple days or so. In
We've
Joshua
learned,
Tree.
lesson 1 that we've learned is that anytime we go somewhere where we need to do a lot of exploring, we need to stay like a minimum of at least 6 days.
Yeah.
Like, because we need downtime to work and get stuff done and focus on that kind of stuff. And then we also need time to explore. So we stayed in Joshua Tree for only 2.5 days, so really was not enough time.
Yeah.
And we wanted to play golf while we were there as well.
Yeah.
Because we needed to check California off the list. Even though we have already played golf in California, we did not have proof.
Yeah. So there's 2 like main areas of Joshua Tree that we understand anyway. Is the first area where you drive in from California, from LA to there. It's
Jumbo Rock.
Jumbo Rock, yeah, Jumbo Rock.
And Bell Campground, which is where we were planning to go.
Yeah. So all
that
those
didn't work out.
Those are all like first come, first served. And we pull in there and we're like, hey, just want to get an idea of like where we can go and everything. And she's like, how long is your rig? And I told her 37 foot.
Feet.
She's like, is that including your truck? And I was like, no. She's like, you can't park here. She's like, there's
you can't sit with
none
us.
of these places are going to be. Your best bet is to go to the other, and I don't know what it's called. I'll put it on the screen what it's called, but it's the one you have to make reservations for. She's like, you should be able to get into that one. But by this time, it was probably around.
It was like 2. It was like 2:30.
Yeah.
We hadn't had lunch. We were exhausted. And we were like, nope, we're not doing it. We need to get parked and situated, and we need to get food, and we need good Wi-Fi and all of that.
Yeah.
So we decided to make a quick reservation at the 29 Palms RV Resort.
Yeah.
They had plenty of availability and really, I mean, it was nice. The spot we were in felt a little small and a little cramped because there was other spots that were open. With nobody around, but that's where they put us, and it was fine.
Yeah, that's good. It was like $40 a night, I think.
Yeah.
Or 35.
And they had an indoor pool and a hot tub, which we needed.
Showers,
we said we were gonna
tub, all that.
partake in, but we never did. But we did have good Wi-Fi when we were there, and so it was good. It had a good little area where the dogs could run around, and it was nice.
Yeah.
So
We did go in, so it's right outside 29
Yes.
Palms, the military. It's a Marine Corps post, base,
base post,
post.
whatever
I
you
don't know.
call it.
If you're a Marine, let me know. I might just totally
Butchered it.
The
Nice.
PX is huge. Or I'm
Amazing.
sorry, the MX Marine Exchange. It's huge.
Wait,
It's
it
called
was
MX.
it? It
Yeah,
was something else. It was like MC.
MC, yeah, Marine Corps Exchange. MCX.
MCEX. Yeah.
MCX. Are we doing
Yeah, we're doing this. My foot got sore.
so?
No.
So,
Well, so the reason we went there is because we wanted to scope out the Starbucks because I had some meetings
Yeah.
the next morning. And it was great. The Starbucks looked wonderful. It was big, lots of
lots
seats.
of seating, electrical plugs everywhere.
So the next morning, we go back and they have no Wi-Fi.
No Wi-Fi.
Zero Wi-Fi in the Starbucks on the Marine
I'm
Corps
guessing
base.
it's
So,
because it's a DoD. You
Yeah,
know, it's
facility.
on base. It's they're like we're not doing Wi-Fi. I'm guessing.
so we
Maybe it was
went
too
there
new.
and then
I
we
don't know.
went all the way back to the rig to do the meetings because they didn't have
Yeah.
Wi-Fi. So, but anyway, later that day we went back to the Marine Corps base so we could play golf. So
Yes.
we played 9 holes. Paul called for a reservation and they were like, no one's coming, so come whenever you want.
You're the only ones, so come on.
So we literally played 9 holes of golf all to ourselves. I
Yeah.
didn't see anybody else on the course.
It was pretty cool. It was maybe like $40 with a cart.
Yeah, it was super cheap.
And she said you could play as many.
We could play the whole thing if we wanted to.
You
And they
could play
didn't
it
care.
twice. You could just take the cart until it dies.
Yeah.
Basically.
It was a decent course.
Yeah.
It was a little I don't know what the word is. Dry. Yeah.
little dry.
That's the best way I can use
Yeah.
to describe it. Which is just it's the desert. It's we're
Yeah.
used to that from places we've lived before. But yeah, not a lot of green grass, a lot of dirt, a lot of sand. It was a little windy at times.
There were some tanks.
There were
and
some tanks,
howitzers,
and some
and
jeeps, and like
the
funny.
driving range actually had the markers
Yeah.
where it said 100 yards, 200 yards, whatever.
Those were
Those were
tanks.
cutouts of tanks, so they looked like you could
pretty funny.
shoot at the tanks.
Yeah.
It was pretty funny. So
But we had a good
that's
time
a Marine
shooting
Corps base
some.
for you, I guess.
We had a good time shooting some video. We're gonna make a video just of our time at the golf course. We thought that would be fun.
Yeah.
And yeah, so then the next day, we headed out. We did not. Oh well, we did go. We missed the part where we missed talking about how we went into the park at Joshua Tree, and drove around and climbed on some of the rocks
Yeah.
and caught some beautiful sunset and
Yeah.
just did a little bit of exploring.
We made it to
Joshua Tree.
Joshua Tree. We're at Skull Rock.
If only you could see what's in front of us.
I just want to look at the truck.
Oh my gosh. Let's walk.
Yes. Walk with us. I mean, come on. I think it's too cold for snakes, right? It's a crazy looking tree. What?
Okay.
Which campground is this?
Jumbo Rocks.
So this is Jumbo Rocks. They've got a lot of small tent sites, and they said that a 37-foot fifth wheel would not fit in here.
So far, that seems true.
So far.
Wow, the sunset is really pretty. Wow. Yeah, lots of tent
Lots of
camping
tents.
in here.
If do have facilities.
I think this is one of the bigger campgrounds. It's like, I think I read that it's like 127 sites or something like
Yeah,
that.
there's sites 17 to 24, and they're all cars parked and like a little yurt or something.
Yeah.
Sites 25 to 41.
So beautiful.
There's a fifth wheel right there.
Where?
Back picker.
Oh, I missed it. Maybe it's a short fifth wheel.
Yeah, it's not super.
Wow. What a beautiful campground. Yeah, Thursday we headed out on our last little leg to Albuquerque, which is our final destination for the first stop. So we didn't want to go through Flagstaff because there was lots of snow in the forecast.
Yeah.
So we decided to kind of divert through Phoenix and then go up through Flagstaff the next day after the snow had cleared.
Mm-hmm.
So we stopped at our third Harvest Host.
Yeah, this one was a.
It was
called Rock
It
Springs.
was called an attraction, I guess, on the website.
Yeah,
but
it was a restaurant,
it
basically.
was a restaurant
with a museum kind of inside.
Mm-hmm.
It used to be a really popular. It's been around since like
Long time. A lot of history there.
1904 or something like that. It did some like bootleg whiskey at some point. It was a big trading post, and people would come through that area.
The story of it was really interesting.
It was
if you
really
go
cool.
there, just go to the restaurant and you can read about it. It's it's a pretty interesting little story. Yeah. But they had a huge lot for RVs to park at. Huge.
Very flat.
Like
very
probably
nice.
50 RVs could fit there. I don't know, maybe.
Yeah.
But we picked a spot kind of in the back, and there's lots of big cactuses around, and it was nice. It was a little cold, but it was great. Yeah. We went to the restaurant and had dinner. They make homemade pies.
Mm-hmm.
We did
They make a sugar-free pie, which we did not get to try.
We didn't get to try the sugar-free pie,
really
but
the
the sugary pie was pretty good. So we spent the night. We did not unhook again, and we left very early the next morning. So it's Friday. No, it's Thursday. Yeah. It's Thursday. It's officially been 9 days of full-time life, which is, as you can tell by my hair.
This is what full-time life looks like.
Full-time life looks like.
Yeah.
We are currently smack in the middle of Arizona.
Yeah.
It's a little cold here.
Yeah.
It's another Harvest Host. This will be our third.
Yeah.
Making good use of Harvest Host this trip.
Yeah. It's paying off.
And tomorrow we do the final long leg of our drive into Albuquerque.
Yeah.
And then we're going to stay put for like 2 weeks.
It's snowing all day up until 11 o'clock tonight in Flagstaff. So
hopefully the roads are clear.
Yeah.
It's only supposed to snow up to like an inch. So I think we'll be okay.
Yeah.
And once we get out of that Flagstaff area, we're going to get to Albuquerque tomorrow.
We're going to get there.
And we're going to stay put for a couple weeks. We're going to do some projects. We're going to get some work done. We're going to visit family and friends. My family lives in Albuquerque. I have friends there. And we're going to mooch dock in my parents' driveway. Should be interesting. And yeah, so far so good. The first leg of this trip has been pretty tiring. But overall, I think it's been a good first leg of the trip.
Yes.
What do you think?
That's been fantastic.
Yeah. So we spent the night. We did not unhook again, and we left very early the next morning, so we could get to Albuquerque in pretty good time.
Yeah, I think we left at 7
7:30?
a.m. Went through Flagstaff. It was a little snowy, a little bit slushy,
icy, but not
they had
horrible.
some kind of salt or some kind of chemical on the road, which got all over the truck and all over the RV.
Yeah, we were a mess.
All over the car because she was driving behind me.
Yep.
So.
But it was our last leg into Albuquerque, and we only stopped like twice, or maybe 3 times. But we got to Albuquerque in pretty good time. It was a little windy on the drive, but it was sunny, and we knew that good things were in store.
Yes.
Little did we know, but as soon as we got to Albuquerque,
fun stopped.
Everything would kind of fall apart.
The fun stopped once we got to Albuquerque.
So
it's fun now.
It's fun now.
I'll just put that out there because Albuquerque is really amazing. But when we got there, some major stuff happened. It was just
not good. So tune in next week for what happened. We'll tell you everything that happened next week. on next week's video. We made our first leg, the big leg. This is probably the fastest we'll ever go, and the most stops we'll probably make between 2 places.
Yeah.
But yeah, so far so good, and we can't wait to share more from our time in Albuquerque.
Yeah.
All right.
Until next time.
Until next time. Bye.
Bye. I don't know. Let's see. Come here.
Why do you want to go so far back?
Do you want to go so far forward?
So the people can... What are you doing? This is nice.
Yeah.
That's pretty good.
You got some mountains in the background.
Yeah.
It matches the shirt.
It's fun wall.
Direct representation.
Not a representation of this.
Not a direct representation.
Oh, my finger's really tall.